In the depths of the ancient seas, where storms brew and waves crash against rocky shores, a god was born. A deity so powerful, his very name could calm the raging waters or unleash their fury upon the world. His name, ... was Poseidon, long before his trident became a symbol of maritime dominion. Before he ruled over the vast oceans and all creatures within, Poseidon was just a whisper, a secret the Titans tried to keep hidden. Let me take you back to the dawn of the gods, to a time when Cronus, the Titan king, devoured his own children out of fear, and to a mother who risked everything to save her newborn son. Rhea, wife of Cronus, had seen 5 of her children swallowed whole. But when Poseidon was born, she knew she had to act. In the dead of night, she wrapped the stone in swaddling clothes and presented it to her husband. Cronus, none the wiser, swallowed the stone, believing it to be his son. Hidden away on the island of Rhodes, Poseidon grew strong. Raised by the Telchines, master craftsmen and magicians, he learned the ways of the sea. The crash of waves became his lullaby, the salt air his constant companion. As he matured, Poseidon's power grew. He could command the tides with a mere thought, summon storms with a flick of his wrist. The sea creatures bowed to him, recognizing their master even before he claimed his throne. But Poseidon's destiny was not to rule alone. When Zeus, his younger brother, came of age, they joined forces to overthrow their father. The war against the Titans was long and brutal. Poseidon's mastery over water proved crucial as he flooded the lands and drowned the Titan armies. With victory secured, the 3 brothers, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, drew lots to divide the world. Zeus claimed the sky, Hades the underworld, and Poseidon, he got the sea. Some say he was bitter about this division, always yearning for more power. But in truth, Poseidon knew the sea was his true home. From his golden palace beneath the waves, Poseidon ruled with an iron fist. His mood was as changeable as the sea itself. One moment calm and benevolent, the next furious and destructive. Sailors learned to fear and respect him in equal measure, offering sacrifices before every voyage. Poseidon's power wasn't limited to the sea alone. He was also the god of earthquakes, able to shake the very foundations of the earth with his mighty trident. Cities trembled at his wrath. Islands sank beneath the waves at his command. But for all his power, Poseidon was not without weakness. Like many of the gods, he had a wandering eye. His pursuits of mortal women and nymphs were legendary, often leading to conflict with other deities or his wife, Amphitrite. One such pursuit led to the birth of his most famous son, Triton. Half man, half fish, Triton became Poseidon's herald, announcing his father's arrival with a blast from his conch shell trumpet. Poseidon's children were as varied as the creatures of the sea. From the winged horse Pegasus to the monstrous Polyphemus, his offspring were both revered and feared throughout the ancient world. But not all of Poseidon's interactions with mortals were romantic in nature. He was known to bestow great gifts upon those who pleased him. To the people of Athens, he offered a spring of salt water, competing with Athena for patronage of the city. Though he lost that contest, many other coastal cities claimed him as their protector. Poseidon's wrath, however, was terrible to behold. When King Minos of Crete failed to sacrifice a beautiful white bull to him, Poseidon cursed the king's wife to fall in love with the animal. This union resulted in the birth of the Minotaur, a monster that would plague Crete for generations. Perhaps one of Poseidon's most famous acts was his role in the Trojan War. Siding with the Greeks, he sent great sea monsters to attack Troy and used his powers to flood the battlefield. His involvement tipped the scales in favor of the Greeks, leading to the eventual fall of Troy. Throughout the ages, Poseidon's influence waxed and waned. As the ancient Greeks gave way to new civilizations, his worship diminished, but the sea god was not forgotten. Sailors continued to whisper his name, offering prayers for safe passage across his domain. In the tales of adventurers and explorers, Poseidon lived on. From the kraken that dragged ships to the depths, to the mermaids that lured sailors to their doom, all were said to be under his command. Even in modern times, when science has explained much of what was once attributed to the gods, Poseidon's legacy endures. The vast, unexplored depths of the ocean still hold mysteries that capture our imagination. In every unexplained disappearance at sea, in every monstrous wave that defies prediction, we can still feel the echo of Poseidon's power. For in the end, Poseidon is more than just a god of the sea. He is the embodiment of the ocean itself, vast, powerful, and eternally mysterious. A force of nature that can nurture life or destroy it in an instant. So the next time you stand on a beach, watching the waves crash against the shore, remember the story of Poseidon. Listen closely, and you might just hear the distant rumble of his chariot, pulled by hippocampi across the surface of the sea. For in a world where the gods may have faded from sight, Poseidon's realm remains as wild and untamed as ever. A reminder that there are still forces in this world beyond our control, worthy of our respect and awe. And who knows? Perhaps somewhere in the depths of the ocean, in a golden palace hidden from mortal eyes, Poseidon still sits upon his throne, watching, waiting, ready to remind us all of the power and majesty of the sea.